apparently, Pearl Thusi went to a church, and so, at least she decided to stop putting all her naked videos out there, all silly kind of videos that Pearl Thusi will be posting, and decided to go to a church. But unfortunately, when she got to a church, she had something to say.
Ziawa.com, all of those ones. If your name is Zulu, awubhale ngeZulu, istory sami awuthi ufuna ukhipha indaba zami engizikhulumile. Kodwa ngifuna ukukhuluma ngale lisonto lele ngiyekulona because wow, what a big wow. Anyway, and just talk about my experience there. Kodwa manje ufuna ukuthi siyahleba, sihlebe kahle. Ningangicebi. I don't want to be judged for talking about a church, but even though it was super whack, it was what a whack church.
You'll understand why I'm saying unfortunately. Okay, so first of all, when you go to a church, you're expecting what? Preaching the word of God, okay? Pastor, the choir, all of that. It's not, hooray, the music sounds like a CD. Not every church is like that. That's not the case. So when you go to a church, you're expecting to find a community of people that worship in the same place, together, consistently. The reading of the word of God. It's not people running on the ground, people behaving like snakes. It's these elements that portray feeding of the flock that will make them productive during the week as salt in a dying world. When you go to church, that's what you're expecting. So the thing is, Pearl Thusi didn't tell us exactly what she means by she found a wack church. So maybe she can explain. If she had just explained, what did you mean the church was wack? Was the church unbiblical? Was the church overly emphasizing money? Was the church boring in the sense that the music was not entertaining? Because you see, on social media, people are taking it that maybe she went to a church, the church was not entertaining. We don't know. The question is, what is Pearl Thusi's version of this or description of church, first of all? And when she went to the church, what did she find? Now, because she didn't tell us that, it becomes difficult for us to say. When you say the church was wack, what do you mean? This was wack. Like, I think of wack within the sense of entertainment quality. I don't think about church, even the fake ones. I think of them as unbiblical or biblical. The term wack, I think of it within the sense of entertainment. And so maybe that's why a lot of people are saying, why is she going to church only to come back and tell us that the church is wack? It's a church. It's not, but the thing is, she didn't tell us that the church was entertaining, or it was more entertainment than church, or we don't even know what kind of a church she went to. We have zero idea of what kind of a church. So first, we will need this particular portion of information. Pearl, you posted half content. You see, if you just try to describe the church so that we can have an understanding of what kind of a church did you go to, so that we can make better recommendations for you, then you will not be coming and telling us about a church that is wack. What kind of a church did you go to? What is if you don't want to tell us the name of the church, what is it that they were doing? What was there exactly? That's the first thing, okay? But then comes the portion of the responsibility of a person coming out. If the church was a true church and you just didn't like it, this is where the concerns come. If the church was a true church, you just didn't like the way their format works, right? This becomes the problem. Someone who follows your page, who follows you, who might be a new Christian, and she follows you, sees that, might think, yeah, my church was said to be wack. Yeah, young believers are problematic. They might just listen to that and that's it. decide not to go. You might just hear that and decide not to go. So you can create an influence because you didn't even describe what is it you meant by wack. They'll just take the word wack and that's it. Was it unbiblical, Pearl? We're not trying to, don't get the wrong idea. Don't think we're trying to make a biblical evaluation of your own life and the church. No, we want to hear first of all from you. What was making the church work? The things they were doing, was it unbiblical? Something you can't find in the Bible? Overly entertaining? What fits this model of work? These were the two concerns that rose out of this video, which I saw from Pearl. First, she didn't tell us what she was talking about. She just said the church was work. And the second point is your responsibility as a person who's going to influence someone. And now it forces us, or it leaves us in this corner where we are having to say, for the person who saw Pearl Thusi at your church and you are being told that your church is work, we want to first of all understand, what exactly do you people do at your church? Is Pearl looking for overly entertaining stuff, or the church has nothing to do with the Bible? What is it? Pearl did not say anything. Why is your church being called work? Maybe someone will tell us out there on the socials. Strict Reality Show with Daily Christian Commentator. Next time, Pearl, when you make a church review, please do tell us what were they doing. You don't have to tell us the name of the church. Tell us what were they saying, what were they doing. This will help us understand what is it that fits this model of work. Then we can advise, oh no, that's not biblical. That's why you went there, you felt it was work. It's not biblical. Then we can then make further recommendations. You understand? It helps to have better information. It's Ricky. I'll see you guys on a later on episode. If you know what Pearl meant by work, do inform us.